Hey guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks. And in this episode, we're finally starting to do scenery. It's almost a year. It might even be a year since I started this project. Wow. Remember when I started this project, I thought I was going to have this thing ready for Amherst last year. Now I'm struggling to get it done for Amherst this year. So, all right. So pretty much the bottom, the underneath of the stuff is done. The electrics are wired in. The busts are run. I'm pretty sure everything that's under there is what needs to get done. So we're done under there. Now we're going to start on the top. All right. The first thing we're going to do. All right. So what I got here is paint, tape, dirt. I use real dirt. I like it. I think the real dirt just looks better. And if there's any bald spots in your scenery, it's dirt. And nothing looks like dirt more than dirt. And this is dirt. This is the finest dirt you can find. I traveled for miles up hills, over dales to my backyard and took two big shovels and sifted it out and came up with dirt. This is semi-sifted dirt. It's still got a lot of stuff in it. And this is fine sifted dirt. I have 3 sieves here, and this is the coarse, this is the fine, and this is the medium one. This doesn't look like it's the medium one, but it's actually, this one is actually a little bit finer. And why do I do that? I just use this one to really break down and get the big stuff out, and then this one, this one, and this one to break it down further. And I use both of these two when I'm laying it down here. So I get some fine dirt on top and then a little bit coarser dirt on top. It just looks better, in my opinion. Dirt looks better than brown paint. So I went with this camouflage paint, brown camouflage, to weather the tracks. That's what we're going to do first. And then we'll move over to this later on in the video. I put the brown paint down and the dirt right over the top of the brown paint, and I let it sit. Whatever sticks to the dirt, to the paint, sticks to the paint, and that's like the first coat. Then I'll come over, sift it in again, and then I'll hit it with a little isopropyl alcohol and some matte medium to tie it down. All right, so the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to tape everything. Now, I know I've mentioned this before. There's 3M tape, and then there's Scotch tape. For modeling, use the Scotch. It just sticks better. In my opinion, it sticks to everything better. This stuff works great if you're painting your house. You wipe your wall down, you stick it to it, and it works great. It won't stick to cork, it won't stick to track. It just doesn't stick as good. But we are going to use this because I'm going to use that in there to do the flanges. All right. So the double crossover section is going to get done. The basic scenery is going to get done off camera, because I don't have room down here anymore for the 3 of them put together. I just moved a bunch of stuff around because it's show season on Long Island, and we're starting with the end tracks and hot track shows. And this module might be going to one of the shows. All right, so basically what I'm using this for is, remember, all my frogs are powered. So I'm not super concerned about continuity. I mean, I am concerned about having continuity in these in the rails, but I can clean that up. I don't know what happened. Something got on these tracks, and these switches are sticky. So we're gonna have to go back in and clean these up again anyway. But I just don't know why they're doing what they're doing. I don't know what. I do not know what it is. That's better. Yep. I don't know. Something on both of these, but they're really ticking me off. But whatever it is, that actually works much better. I'm getting the tape in there. All right. I hope you can see what I'm doing down there. I got this big washer, and it's thick enough to fit in the gap here, and I'm using it to push the tape in. And it's actually, this is the new way I'm doing it, because man, it's just going, it just whoop, right in. Basically, I'm just taking this and pushing it in, and it's just sliding it down in there. Pretty good. I'm actually gonna redo this one because not where I want it to be. I like to hit the track from two sides. I'll come down one side one way on this way to get it into the tracks this way, and then I'll come from the other side and do the same thing on the other side. That's the way I like to do it, so that's the way we're gonna do it. And then while the track is drying, we're going to separate these two, and so I can get tape in here, and I'm going to separate these two so I can paint these and not paint them together. Painting them together is not a good thing. I believe I got this from Thunder Mesa. He uses Rust-Oleum Camo Brown. I know a couple other guys are using the Camo Brown and I think the Camo Beige. They're hitting it with the brown and then coming over and dusting it with the beige. I may try that, but I don't know. I don't have the beige, so we're not going to be doing that right now. I should have taped that off. My bad. I didn't do that. All right. So let me come around the other side, and we'll hit this side. Now you'll actually get to see a change. All right. Looks like it's covering pretty good. As this is sitting here, I'm going to let this dry for a few seconds, and then I'm going to come in here with a piece of paper towel, wrapped it on a pencil, a little flatter edge. Just going to go across the top of the rail, just to get most of it off the top of the rail. Now, I'm not saying that this is done. I may have to come in here and do a second coat. I'm going to see how it looks. But I've been pretty happy with this technique in the past. So on the end scale layout, I think I did 2 coats. And on the HO layout, I used True Color, their rail paint, and I hated it. It looks red compared to the brown. You can see it. I don't like the way it looks. If I didn't have ballast down, I'd probably reshoot the whole thing because it don't do any magic for me. And I mean, obviously, I'm going to have to come in here with a Bright Boy later on and really clean the rail heads off. But this just gets the majority of it off, so it's not. I don't have to call the rail grinder in. So we're just gonna let this dry up. Taking a quick look at it, and as it's drying, it actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna let it dry, and then I'll pass final judgment on it. But I may have to put a second coat on this. So while we're waiting for that, I'm going to separate these two. So we'll be right back. All right, guys. So here we are back at it. We're going to take this tape. We're going to run the tape right up to the edge. They're as close up to the edge as possible. And I may come over the top and trim it back, but I don't want any paint running down the face of this thing. All right, so you see I got a nice edge along this top over here. I forgot that when last time I did this, I ran this right along the edge, and it really sealed that edge up. That's what I want, because I don't really want any bleed down. Yeah, I know they say it's supposed to be black. I don't like black. Since this is my layout, it's going to go into my layout later on probably. It's not going to be black. All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're back. I don't know what happened. I lost all the sound on doing the other 3 sections, so luckily I had this section not done yet, and I was able to clean off some of the sand off the top of this, dirt off the top of this, to get this dirt. Otherwise I would have to make dirt. So I'm just going to explain to you what I do. I take a wide brush. All right, the container's too small. If you have a regular size gallon container, it's fine. And I put a good size good coating of the brown paint on here. It's my base color. And then I just go over it with the sand, the dirt. It's real dirt from my backyard. And it's a little light now, but once I hit it with the Mod Podge and water to glue it down, it'll darken up a little bit. It really, when you have a bald spot or you miss some grass or some ground cover or whatever, and the dirt shines through, it looks like dirt. Your brain doesn't even think about it. It's just dirt. It's supposed to be there. As you can see, I have a line around the whole outer edge. I was not planning on having that. I figured that was going to fill in, but it didn't. So we'll address that later on. Maybe not in this video, but the next video. When we start to put ground cover down, I'm probably going to do some filling in here with some glue, and then go back over it with dirt, but we'll cover that. All right, so basically this is all I do. I get a nice coat. I want it to be a little thick, so I'll add more. I want the dirt to really stick to this. We're going to spray this down with isopropyl alcohol, and that helps break the surface tension between the paint. I think it pulls it down a little bit, and the isopropyl alcohol also I think gets it to dry a little faster. This area is not really, don't have to really be too concerned with this side of the layout over here, because there's really going to be some road over here, parking lot mainly. Probably going to be some dirt parking lot and then some paved areas. So we'll work on that. And the other thing is this cork really soaks up the paint too. So I got 2 different size sieves. This small one's actually a bigger size than this one. And I just come over and just sprinkle it on. You'll see it start to stick down. You'll see some of the brown come through. That's okay. It's perfectly fine to have that happen. And we're going to continue on from there. This is messy. You ain't doing this in the living room. Or if you are, you're a braver man than me. Altitude is your friend. Now, mind you, we're gonna go over this. Like I went over the other sides with a brush and swept up a lot of the loose stuff that's on there and picked it up. And this is the first application. Of this, the second application is very light. The second application actually happens when I glue it down. I add more as I'm gluing down. All right, so it also does a little pre-weathering on the track. You can see over here, there's a little dust and dirt to the track, which is good. The track was a bit dark. All right, since nothing is actually glued down right now, it's just sitting there. I just come over it with some isopropyl alcohol. This is 70%. My pump bottle. Altitude again. That's about the color it's going to be when it dries. When it gets the matte medium on it. I do want to wet this down. I want it kind of wet, but I want it to mix in with the paint a little bit. So, plus you can see a couple little bald spots there that came up. So we'll just add a little. There is some areas where there's some areas where the dirt got mounded up because I put it down a little bit. That's why I hit this with the isopropyl alcohol. It gets all the powder and loose stuff pretty much to stick to the paint. And then when I come in here later on and I brush when it dries, I come in here with a clean big brush and just brush it all together. Get it pretty much the way I want it, and then that gets all of the mounds off. Then I can vacuum it. Sometimes, on occasion, the vacuuming pulls up a lot more, but that's fine because it's, like I said, this is the first coat. And then I'll come in here, and since pretty much all the dirt that's on here that didn't come off with the vacuum is permanently on here, I'll flood this whole area. And then I'll come over with the dirt again and lay dirt over the top of it, this time from a little more distance. This side is going to be all the industrial stuff over here, and this is going to be a sod farm pretty much almost the whole length of this 12-foot module. I'm contemplating putting a house on this corner over here. I might build a house. I don't know yet. I'm probably going to build a house, but at this time, I'm not 100% sure. So that's pretty much it for right now. This is going to dry up a little bit, and then we'll come in here, and I'm going to put paint in here and put more dirt in there. This is going to get built up with ballast and probably a couple of pieces of styrene I'm going to put in there just to give a little more support. And it's going to be filled. This is actually going to be ballast. This is all going to be cinder. kind of, because it's a low siding and it's right onto the cork. It's not on roadbed. All right, guys, and my infinite wisdom and rush to get stuff done, I forgot to put in the ties, so we're gonna come in here and we'll put the ties in a little bit later on. All right, guys, once this dries, we'll be back. All right, guys, so while that side dries, we're coming here and we're gonna do this side. This is, you can see how the dirt got in here already, and it's really lightened up this track work pretty good. So, because it was pretty dark, I'll give it that. It was dark, that rust brown, but it works. All right, so like I said, I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to come in here, paint very carefully in there, trying to get on the track, and then go from there. All right, that's it with the paint. And running out of sand. That's it with the sand. And we just come in with the isopropyl alcohol. I mean, you can see, like I swept up in here. You can see where it's heavy and where it's light. But this is the first coat, so it's not a big deal. All right, guys, we're going to let this dry up. And then we'll come back and we'll look at it again. All right, guys, welcome back. All right, so we gave this side a dosing of the liquid. And I kind of went over it, a light sprinkle of sand, of more dirt over it. This area over here really came out, didn't cover up. There's a little bit of shadow here, but I'm pretty sure from about here, there's going to be a road going over here, and then there's going to be a repair shop here. And then this all the way over for the whole length of the thing is going to be a farm. So this is going to get covered in green and embellished. We'll come in and touch everything up when we go start laying green. I was hoping to get green down in this video, but that's not going to happen. So this all dried up. This is all solid over here. So what I'm doing is I'm dumping this into this and spraying it down. All right, we're gonna be, so before I accidentally spray down anything in these tracks, we're gonna come and vacuum it up. All right, so that's pretty much that. All right, so that's pretty much that over there. All right, so we're just gonna come in this area in here. I'm just gonna drip it in. There's a good amount of isopropyl alcohol mixed in with this this glue, and I like that because it kind of really gets it to, I mean, I can just come in here and just push it around and it'll go into places where you want to go into. But I'm gonna find it easier and I get more control over doing it with the spray bottle than I do with the dripper. If you're doing small areas, the bottle's fine. But I'm doing 12 feet of this, and it takes a lot of this stuff to do it. All right, So it looks like a lot. It probably is a lot. So I can see right in here, I got some baldness. So we're just going to come in right over the top. I'm going to have to come in here. I got a lot of it cleaned up, but a lot of it's, I put glue in there and a lot of that glue went down in there. So I'm hoping it's filling up. I'm going to come in here again and try one more time to fix these cracks. That's basically how I'm doing this. So basically it. I gotta make more dirt. So all right, guys. So as you can see, this side's pretty dry. It has more of a dirt look to it than the light color on this side did. Once before I came through here, I think it was that layout, the HO one. I think I put a little India ink and isopropyl alcohol in here, and I gave it a quick mist to get it that dark. But that's how dark that is. You can see this is similar. The color is going to come out when it's all done. Multiple layers of ground cover on it. That's what we're going to do over here, and then pretty much gonna be a huge section of static grass put in there because it's going to be a sod form. So I want it to look like a sod form. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call this a wrap on this episode. This is going to dry out. This is basically what it's going to look like. And the next episode, we're going to start putting some color down on here, some green. And actually, we're going to start laying out where the structure is going to go. So I can map out where the green is going to go on this side. And pretty much the basic green on that side is going to get mapped out. And yeah, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification button, and stay tuned for more fun stuff. And as always, I'll catch you later.